What's up, y'all? We're back with another video. Today we are going to be working on the E30. It's been a long time coming. The car's been sitting for a few months now, so been waiting to get it back on the road and be able to enjoy it. So today we are going to try and fix everything wrong with this car. So the reason it's been parked, it's been smoking a lot for the past couple months. I was driving it down to Gatlinburg for the show last year, and once I made it to Charlotte, toast. A bunch of smoke came out of the engine bay in the back of the car, so I pulled it over, took the valve cover off because I saw some smoke from under there, and I found that one of the coil packs exploded. That's because one of the spark plugs shot up out of the cylinder. That spark plug broke, the coil pack broke. So I ended up Ubering to AutoZone, and thankfully they had a coil pack. Got that replaced, got a new spark plug in, but it still just was not running right and had to end up getting it towed. Since then, I had it fixed. I had a time cert put in because the threads in the spark plug hole blew out. So got that put in with a brand new spark plug. It was running decent for a while, but then every time I would drive it, a whole bunch of smoke would come out of the exhaust. I later found out that the PCV system was clogged or it wasn't working, so I since got that replaced, but it's still smoking. I noticed a good amount of oil leaking from another spot on the car because it does have a rear main seal leak, but there was oil leaking from like within the engine bay. And I found some oil leaking from the throttle body, which I thought was weird. So I took the throttle body off and the entire intake manifold was flooded with oil in there. Today what we're going to do is take the intake manifold off, get that cleaned out, and see if that helps, if it stops smoking. Also, for the longest time, it's been getting some lean codes. It has 2 air fuel mixture codes. I have a Bluetooth code reader on my phone that's hooked up to my car, and it allows me to see what the O2 sensor readings are, and they're performing fine. I flipped them before, they're all working perfectly fine. What I'm suspecting and what ChatGPT told me is a possibility is the check valve on the brake booster could be messed up or in the wrong orientation. I checked it and it was in the wrong orientation, so I flipped it. Did also get some new hose clamps, so I'm gonna put that on and hope that it works. So we'll see if that fixes anything. Other than that, the only other major issue I would say, this front right corner has been leaking from the air suspension for a while. So if I leave the car fully aired up, by the end of the day or a couple hours later, this will be fully aired out. So today what I'm gonna do is jack the car up, check out the line, see what's going on. I looked at it before, I cut the line a little bit to make sure that it was evenly cut, and for some reason it's still leaking. So I have a good feeling it's the angle that the line is at. So if that's the case, I'm gonna try and fix it, reposition it, and hopefully that does the trick. But enough talking for now, let's go ahead and get started. That doesn't look too good. Now take a look at that. That is literally a puddle of oil. I don't know how I'm gonna get this shit out, but we're gonna try. First, I'm gonna try and get out as much oil as I can now. That way it doesn't drip when I take it off. And then we'll see what we have to do from there. It's literally soaked already and dripping, which is not good. So I'm going to put a towel down for preventative measure. Wow, that is actually insane. All right, we're gonna be here for a while, so let's do it. All right, I think I got out as much as I can. So now I'm going to try and get the manifold off, and hopefully I don't end up spilling too much oil. Just stuff a towel in here. So now what I'm gonna do is take this outside, clean this off camera, get all the oil out, and then we can reinstall. All right, so we finally got the intake manifold all cleaned out. Just went ahead and went through with some carb and intake cleaner, I think it's called. No more oil in it, so we're about to go ahead and get this back installed, and hopefully it does the trick. Then we need to put the throttle body back on. Did go ahead and clean that off camera as well. So that's also good to go. Gonna get the gasket first. Then to wrap it up, we got some new hose clamps for the brake booster hoses. So we're gonna go ahead and replace those real quick. All right, now is the moment of truth. It'll probably still smoke on startup just from any residual oil that was left in there, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it should clear up. It will be good to go. So it definitely was still smoking, and it did eventually stall out. So let me try that again. All right, so it is smoking pretty bad right now. I think I might take it around the block to see if anything changes, but so far not so good. So I checked my app and it looks like I do still have those field control codes. So I'm not sure if I just need to clear the adaptations or if it's actually truly still a problem, but I need to go ahead and get a computer or a scanner that allows me to reset the adaptations. That way I can truly tell if it's still an issue or not, and if there's something further that I need to diagnose. Sorry, the lighting's poor, but this is the best I can do. I can instantly tell the booster is pretty hard, so it might not have been reversed. Yeah, the booster is extremely hard right now. So I'm not gonna risk it. I'm going to pick this back up tomorrow, and then we can go from there. All right, y'all, this is day 2 of trying to figure this car out. I've driven the car around a little bit, and it's still pouring smoke. Still has those codes on. I flipped the brake booster check valve, still doing the same thing. The brake pedal is actually harder now, so maybe I need to flip it back. But I think we're at that point. I'm going to do a compression test real quick just to make sure it's safe. I think it might be the valve seals, but for good measure, I'm just gonna go ahead and compression test it just to be safe, and then we can go from there. First, we're going to start by removing all the coil packs and spark plugs. Now that all the spark plugs are out, we're gonna start by testing cylinder number 1. So it got up to 210. Now we're gonna do cylinder 2. Went to 210 again. Cylinder 3. That went to about 240. Cylinder 4. .210 as well. Cylinder 5. .210 as well. Now for cylinder 6, I previously had a time cert put in because the spark plug blew out of the socket somehow, and it also destroyed the coil pack. Looks like the time cert came out with the spark plug, so I don't think I'll be able to test it. But since, you know, all of them were pretty consistent, I'm going to assume that cylinder 6 is fine as well. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it's the valve seals. So that's good news. At least the engine has good compression. But time to get the valve seals done for peace of mind. Not sure if you'll be able to see it, but there's some oil on top of pretty much all of the pistons. So I'm gonna say that's the valve seals. That's the only thing I could think. That's why it's, you know, smoking so much out the back. But hey, you know, looks like it was about that time, so we're gonna go ahead and get it done. All right, so I hate to cut the video short. I don't even know how long this is gonna be, but you know, there's not much I can do right now. We can kind of conclude that it's the valve seals, so I need to go and order the kit for it, get the Vanos lock kit, the cam lock kit, valve seals, all that stuff. Once it comes in, we'll pick the video back up, and then we'll go ahead and finally get this fixed. Praying, crossing my fingers that that's the issue. It makes sense, it's what everything's pointing to. It's just a matter of doing it and figuring it out. But tried literally everything else, looked at everything else, and you know, it's really like the last thing that I can try. I'm glad that the motor's not blown or hurt. I didn't suspect it, but I just wanted to do a compression test just to be safe. So knowing that it's not blown is definitely a huge relief, because these motors are not cheap. They've just been going up and up and up over the years, and I would hate to have to replace or like completely rebuild this motor or pull it out. That's the main thing I'm glad about, because I was really prepared to pull the engine out. But since the valve seals look to be the problem, that is an engine in job. You can't do it without taking the engine out. So I'm just gonna do that and get it taken care of. But appreciate y'all for tuning in for another video. Got more to look forward to once we get these valve seals in. But yeah, just stick around for the next one. Peace.